Welcome to a Medieval 2 AI only campaign, but we are bringing back the good old Wheel of Doom, which will spin every 20 turns, starting from now. So, first things first, we spin the wheel to pick a faction, but don't worry, this faction might not get eliminated. And we are starting off with the Spanish. Ooh, Spain. Okay, but then we spin the other wheel. We can destroy them, nuke their capital, teleport an army, or remove an army. What is going to happen to Spain right off the bat? And I think they're getting destroyed. Yep, okay. Bye-bye Spain. So they are already out of the game. Unfortunate. Good for Portugal. Good for the Moors. Who is going to take advantage most out of this for? And that's going to really change up the landscape in Iberia, in my opinion. Alright then, I'll see you in 20 turns with the wheel again. The first rebel settlements are falling. York to the English. Are the Scottish moving? Oh, good. We've got an awake Scotland in this campaign. Sometimes Scotland just dies turn 1, as in the AI dies and does nothing for the rest of the game. But it's good to see they're moving already. Venice taking Zagreb as well. Yeah, the Moors and Portuguese. So confused at what's happening right now. But no one taking any rebel settlements yet. It looks like Portugal going for Toledo though. And good for HRE and Denmark and Poland expanding as well. Sicily hopping across into Tunis. Good. And the first war is coming in. The Byzantine Empire versus Venice. They beat Venice to Dorito, but Venice is trying to take Sofia. But they sadly lost there. Teaming up with Sicily now as well, getting an alliance with them, and Sicily now the one to push for Dorito. And Sicily joins forces with Milan, the usual triple alliance of Italy at the start of the game. It won't last. Ooh, interesting move by Venice, going for an early Tripoli. That I rarely see. Yes, Sicily now jumping in onto Byzantium. At this point basically all the Italian powers are allied together. They're probably going to take Dorito, Venice taking Sofia as well, but it is turn 20, so we once again spin the wheel. Which faction is going to have something happen to them this time? It is going to be... Ooh, Turks, Venice. Venice, I thought it was going to hit the Turks. Okay, they're the big one. They're doing well right now, so hopefully they don't get eliminated. Please, anything but destroy. Do not land on destroy. Nuke capital. Is it? Yes, we're gonna nuke their capital. Okay, good. And if you wonder how we do this, we have an Aztec army here. I don't know why they've gone invisible. That's just a very unfortunate bug, but we'll put it under siege. Then we wait a turn. Oh wow, the new world is inhabited. Alright, there we go, our army has spawned back in. We basically just take the settlement for free. Luckily we won the auto-resolve. That could have been embarrassing. We exterminate the population. We then teleport our general back home as if nothing happens. So he is now safe, and then we destroy every single building in here that we can. And Venice, with that, has officially been nuked. Down to just 2,400 people, every building destroyed. We'll throw it on very high taxes. And it's now open for basically whoever wants it. There we go, Venice got nuked, which will definitely slow them down. They've taken Dorito, so they were a very powerful faction, but this should help balance it a bit. And comment down below if you like this idea for the Wheel of Doom. In my opinion, I think it works so much better than just destroying the faction each and every time. And make sure to continue watching, because I have something very special planned for when the Mongols and the Timurid survive. Venice is rioting. If no one takes it, it will just go back to the rebels. What does Milan want? Nah, I sadly have to decline, and there we go, it's revolted, and it's revolted back to Venice, which has given them a load of units, so they've got a lot of armies out of it for free. But the settlement is so devastated that I don't think it was worth it for them. I might have to do it a little differently next time. Moors and Sicily going to war. Sicily making a push, the Moors pushing for Valencia. But apart from that, not much more happening in Iberia. And to see the damage done here, this is what Venice lost in terms of population. Quite a big dip. Their finances were going down anyway, but if we compare it to just some other local powers, everyone else is stable and going up. Venice is going down even more because of that loss. A jihad has been called, usually for Baghdad. Yep. And a crusade as well, usually for Cairo when it's this early. Yep, for Cairo. And we've got Venice and the HRE hopping onto that. France did something. They took Bordeaux. The HRE expanding kind of nicely as well. Can the French take Rennes? Venice's Crusader army I cannot see, unfortunately. Milan and France at war? Ooh, that is not good for France. Yeah, Paris is pretty much open. And Scotland gave up on Inverness, never mind. Milan joining the crusade though, so France doesn't have to worry too much. Oh, well done Sicily, taking Algiers. That is very good. Venetian Crusader army outside their enemy at Constantinople here. Will they pull off some 4th Crusade shenanigans? I do hope so, but I don't think the AI will. They're a little... yeah, they're stuck right now, they can't get out. But because it's a Crusader army, they don't want to attack. Well done Portugal, taking Zaragoza. And Venice and the HRE, despite both being on the crusade, they're going to war. The HRE giving up on the crusade, getting a truce. Okay, so they're still going on the crusade, but they have a truce with them right now. Paris is being besieged by Milan. So is Rheims now. Successful jihad, Egypt took that. Venice, are they still stuck? Yeah, they're still somewhat stuck. Oh, poor Venice. Okay, I think they broke free. Or going the other way now. Oh, okay, here they are. They broke free. Denmark and the HRE at war? That could be a big one, actually. Whoever wins in the north is usually in a very powerful position. And Paris fell to Milan. Oh, poor France. Someday I do want to see France just have a really good campaign, but I don't think it's going to happen. They've taken Toulouse as well, I didn't even notice that. Okay, we've got a very good Milan in this campaign. And the Venetian Crusading army has arrived in Egyptian territory, a couple of turns away from completing their crusade, potentially. But it is turn 40, so you know what we've got to do? We've got to spin the wheel and see what chaos we can now cause, to shake it up a bit. So first of all, the faction. Who are we going to mess with today? Don't be Venice again, that would be cruel. It is going to be Venice. No way. No way. Oh, poor Venice. What are the odds in that? We can't nuke their capital again, surely. Teleport army, remove army. You know what I'm thinking, aren't you? Do I do it? Do I do what I am thinking? Or is that too evil?
I will defeat you honorably, my worthy foe.
Really? You will defeat me honourably? Well, I'm not going to defeat you honourably. Okay, so we can't just delete them, but I think I'll just teleport them to the Americas. Goodbye. Oh, and Venice has discovered the New World. Yep, there they are, in the Americas, the Crusading force. And I don't think they can take the settlement. I think it's like some hard-coded thing, so they're not going to take the settlement, get a boat, and destroy us or anything silly like that. We should be okay. So they've had their capital nuked, their Crusader army teleported, Hungary is now attacking them, they've got wars on all sides. Ooh, not good. But to be fair, they're still holding out quite well, so I would say we're doing a good job right now at balancing the game. They're still on crusade as well, but they can't get anywhere. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. They just made another crusading army, with the Doge this time, Doge Bartholomew. Is he really going to make it down there? I think they're still going to complete the crusade first. That's the advantage of just being Venice. You complete the crusades first. Poland going to war with the HRE now? That's not good for the HRE. Yeah, they could lose 3 cities right here. Not good at all. Where did the Venetian army go? Did they actually get defeated? Surely they weren't defeated. Okay, no, they were just hiding somewhere. Poland and Russia are at war. Deleting Spain hasn't really had a big impact on the campaign. Why are there so many Venetian ships there? Are they trying to get their army back from the Americas? But they cannot cross, so they're like heading in this direction, but then they get stuck. I think that's what's happening. Oh, I've really messed with the poor Venetian AI. Not that I care, but... Oops. France becoming a vassal of Milan and Venice. I think they keep getting defeated, yeah. Yeah, they keep getting defeated in battle over here, so their Crusader force has just slowly been whittled down. Is anyone else on their way? No. Byzantium took Crete. Yeah, that's got to be what these Venetian ships are after though. They're definitely trying to get their guys back, and if they can figure it out, well done to the AI, I will allow it. Poland taking Prague from the HRE, and Byzantium taking back Sofia. Poor Venice, I really messed them up, didn't I? Milan having a very good campaign, attacking Metz now. Okay, so what are they going to do at this point? Okay, now they're just stuck at Ireland. Bring in even more ships, even more ships. Oh, poor Venice. I do feel a little bad. England and Milan at war. England pushing for Paris. But the way I see it, it's part of the game. Ooh, and Milan did take Metz. I've done vanilla Medieval 2 AI campaigns before in the past. I need to spice it up a bit, and even if it is a little broken, a little unbalanced, as long as it is funny, I think it is okay. England taking Paris. Ooh, and Hungary took Zagreb. And how is the Venetian force doing? Still on crusade. Okay, time to spin the wheel anyway, and see what happens. It cannot be Venice again. It just cannot. I would re-roll at this point. Russia? Scotland? Russia, just landed on Russia. Okay, what are we going to do with that? And this could be a big one as well, because Russia is a faction in the corner, meaning if they get wiped out, that's a lot of free territory for Poland. That would be a powerful Poland. And nuke capital. Is it? Yes, we're nuking the capital. Okay. Our Aztec force is back once again. That's a lot of Russian forces though. Right, we'll attack anyway. Put it under siege. Interesting, we can hire Aztec-themed mercenaries over here somehow. Stuff you'll never learn if you never played as the Aztecs. Okay, Russia's pulling back with their main force. They don't want anything to do with this. They know that it's destined to happen. And bye-bye Novgorod. Exterminate the population. Bring our army out and teleport them back home. And what do they have in here? So how many people did we kill? It was like 10,000 or something, wasn't it? They had to have population at 12,000 at least. So yeah, like 10, 12, maybe 14,000. And now we just destroy all of their buildings, like so. We'll put it on very high taxes, and we'll see what damage that causes to Russia. That's very good for Poland though. A weak Russia. If they can just take all of these settlements now, they will be in a strong spot. Egypt and the Turks going to war. Could be an interesting one. Novgorod revolted back to the Russians. Luckily they didn't spawn a load of units again this time though. And the damage doesn't seem to have been too much. So maybe they have a lot of population in the other cities perhaps. Although you can tell it definitely messed up their production there. And finances as well. Oh god, that is not good for Russia. Milan trying to retake Paris and failing. Ooh, and finally, the Moors took Valencia. But no one's doing anything about these Spanish cities here. They probably think it's cursed at this point. That's a lot of random little armies all dotted around there. Weird. But Frankfurt fell. That's the HRE capital to Poland. Well done, Poland. They could have a really good campaign here, but they really need to take advantage of their position. Hungary taking Ragusa, Dorito under siege, and Milan did retake Paris. And Egypt taking Adana from the Turks. We should get the Mongols in soon. And yeah, that's done a really shake up the campaign. The Turks trying to retake back Adana, whilst Milan was able to take Bruges, and pushing for Cannes now as well. Ooh, well done Milan, having a lot of luck there in the auto resolve. England down to their final settlement on Europe, in Venice. The Rito fell as well to Byzantium. Yeah, Venice is crumbling here. Wow, that's a lot of princesses. And Hungary going straight for the capital there, Venice itself. Go on Hungary, get your revenge. Turks retook Adana, but the big thing is, can Hungary take the Venetian capital here? And Milan pushing for Florence as well. Milan took Florence, but Venice held out. Oh, Milan, what did you do? Broke an alliance with Poland, Portugal and Denmark. Oh, I wonder what brought that on. Anyway, they're pushing for Venice, which would be a massive loss for England. Yep, and there we go, like that, England is out of continental Europe. I feel like I am a newsreader from about 8 years ago. And Scotland and England go into war. Yep, and it looks like Edinburgh is going to fall. Scotland's only hope, I think, is waiting and surviving 4 more turns and praying England gets eliminated. But I doubt it. The Mongols have arrived. Right, Scotland held out for now, but they have a lot of English forces to deal with, and Venice is under siege again. So here we have the Mongols, spawning in the Caucasus. We'll wait until turn 80 until we spin the wheel again. Yeah, they're heading to Russia right now, but that doesn't mean anything at all, because their real spawn location is going to be decided by the wheel, I think, on turn 80. Ooh, Russia and Denmark going to war. I doubt we'll see much from that, especially if Poland takes Riga. So, every Mongol army, in theory, in the game, is going to spawn here now. But that gets a little dull, a little repetitive. We've seen that so many times before. We know what's going to happen at this point. So what if they spawned in another part of the map, and the Wheel of Doom is going to decide that for us? The Mongols are going to spawn in the territory of... oh, what should it be like for Turks or something? France. France or England? France. Oh, the poor French. They did not want to get that. And then we need another faction to torture a little bit as well, which is going to be... Hungary. Oh, I was liking Hungary in this campaign. Okay, then let's see what's going to happen to them. Oh, okay, it's not going to be too detrimental, I don't think. Here we are with the great nuke army of the Aztecs. Attack Budapest, and in the meantime, France is... I think we've got more French territory here, so we'll spawn the Mongols in just here. We'll do it next turn, it's easier for me to do next turn. And with that, we take Budapest, exterminate the population, 23,500 people. Gone. Now it's a ghost town. Okay, army is safely back home. Yep. And now we just destroy all of the buildings. Such a valuable settlement. It's a shame. Ah well, England and Milan back at war, but I don't think that will do anything. Ooh, they could take Bruges though. They are pushing for Wales. What does Portugal want? No, but we can make a counter proposal. The problem is, when I nuke a capital, I'm annoyed with it revolting back to the faction and then spawning in more troops for them. So you know what? Budapest, Portugal, it's yours.
Forget it. We're not
Never mind then. Alright, Poland will want it surely. Yeah, please, just take Budapest.
Your query is honest and
You want... No! That would mess up the game too much. Oh, you know what, forget it. If it returns to Hungary, it returns to Hungary, so be it. Milan and Sicily at war. They'll probably fight over the islands for a bit first. And yeah, it returned to the Hungarians again. But they are certainly a lot weaker because of that. Okay, so I've been able to teleport some of the Mongol armies, but it seems the faction leader and faction heir cannot be teleported. I cannot find their correct name, I've tried loads of different combinations, by the way, but it just doesn't seem to work. So for now, the Prince Yasugatai and the faction leader Chad Duck are going to have to stay in Russia. Yeah, because no matter the combination that I use, nothing seems to actually work. But the other 3 Mongol armies are here, so hopefully they will cause a little bit of devastation for us. And oh wow, it is actually working. To be honest, I did not think this would work at all without the faction leader being present. They are actually besieging Bordeaux. Yeah, the Mongols go to war with France. Okay, good. This is an interesting mechanic now. I can think of a lot of creative ideas with this. Okay, that's a very good sign. And meanwhile, these are going to go and join them. So yeah, Bordeaux has just been set on fire. Okay. Wow, I'm really happy that works, actually. I did not think it would. And Milan, after taking Staufen, pushes for Nuremberg, about to take Innsbruck as well. Meanwhile, Hungary had Venice under siege again, but they failed, and yeah, Milan just took Innsbruck. Milan is looking very good right now, and they've not really had the cheats help them all too much, have they? Nah, I mean, Venice losing its capital maybe helped them out a little bit, but, you know, not too much. Denmark pushing for Antwerp, the HRE are dead soon. The Mongols not doing anything yet, but what they usually do is, I think they're waiting for their actual faction leader to arrive, and then they'll start sacking all of Europe. But we will get satisfaction out of the Mongols, I am sure of it, at some point. Even Byzantium jumping in on the war against the HRE. They can't even take any cities, but they're still going for it. And Milan took Vienna. Oh, the HRE is falling apart, and Milan is so powerful in this campaign. Antwerp falling to Denmark as well. Still nothing happening with these Spanish cities. The HRE down to their final 2 settlements, and Bologna's about to fall. At some point, Milan is unstoppable right now. Unless the Mongols have anything to say about it, and that could be interesting if they just go all in on Milan. Novgorod has been taken by Poland, and the Papal States is going for those Doritos. Doritos, please sponsor me, please. Whoa, loads of wars kicking off there. Portugal and the Mongols. Okay, interesting. The Mongol armies are a little stuck right now. Well, not stuck, paused. I think they're waiting for the Khan to arrive. We might have messed them up a little bit. England and Milan, yeah, we've seen that before. England and Denmark, yeah, the Danish landed in Nottingham. And Milan and Venice. Yeah, after they take Bologna, I bet they'll go for the capital, Venice. Yep, already going for it. Bologna's gone. The Pope pulling off those Doritos. Okay, good. The Mongols are moving again. They've got a cardinal there trying to convert them over, but I doubt that will help. By the way, those Venetian ships are still here. I completely forgot about those. And the army's still on crusade. Is the crusade still on? I think it is. I don't think they've cancelled the crusade at this point. This guy's the Doge at 56. Oh, this is absolute chaos for Venice. And no one's anywhere near completing this crusade. What a mess this campaign is. Venice doing a good job at holding out though in their capital. And Milan, there's nothing stopping them. They've taken Naples from Sicily. Look at all the boats. Wow. Milan pushing for Bordeaux now. That could actually put the Mongols at war with Milan, because they might just go for it. And slow and steady, the other armies are approaching. Okay, so we've got more of them here now. More Mongols. Alright, let's teleport them over as well. Yeah, so we've got another 4 full stacks here in France. Hopefully they can cause a load more chaos. Are they going straight for Angiers? Okay, that's walking up the other armies. The HRE becoming a vassal of Denmark. But it is turn 100, so that means we, once again, have got to spin that wheel. Who's going to get tortured this time? Oh, who's it going to be? Oh, be a big one, be a big one. Scotland, that's not a big one. Russia again? Is it? Scotland, oh. Okay, well that's not going to have any impact at all. I mean, whatever happens here, they're probably destroyed anyway. destroy, teleport an army. So my original plan when making this was remove army, teleports them to the Americas, but teleport army is kind of meant to help them out a little bit. But I don't think anything can help out Scotland right now. They have, however, this army here. That's their king though. They're difficult to teleport. Right, we'll try figure something out. No, so I cannot teleport their king, Angus, because faction leaders and faction heirs are difficult to teleport. So likewise, I also cannot teleport Prince Don Chad. Okay, you know what? I'll give it a few turns and see what I can do for them then. Yes, the Mongols put in Angers under siege. And they took it as well. France down to their final settlement, just like the HRE. And the Mongols going straight to war with Milan right after. Oh, poor Milan. This is going to really mess them up. Reinforcements are still on the way. Okay, here we go. They've stepped someone out of the city. It's the most difficult name ever to spell, but I got there. And I've teleported him down to the rich and valuable settlement of Timbuktu. What else am I going to do for Scotland? It really is the worst faction possible to have got that ability. It means nothing. But if they can take Timbuktu, I would be very happy. Or are they stuck? I think they're stuck. Never mind. I've just messed them up. The Mongols going to war with Poland. Oh, they're attacking Hauch, causing chaos on two different sides of the map. Did not expect to see this sort of stuff happen at all. And yeah, Hauch has been destroyed. Meanwhile, they're just hanging around Angers for now. Still nothing happening in Spain. He's still here on his crusade at 60 years old, and the boats are still here as well. Venice still surviving here in their capital, and they're doing okay in Tripoli. France and Milan at war. France used to be the puppet, but now they're trying to break free, and it looks like the Mongols could really help them out with this. Yeah, they're going straight for Venice. And France, they had a big army somewhere around. Yeah, don't know what they'll do with it, but hopefully we'll see something. And Scotland at Timbuktu here, yeah, they're just completely lost. Denmark again, pushing for Nottingham, but England should be okay. We have seen a first. This has never happened before. The hordes have settled in Venice. Now, every single time the Mongols have arrived, there's a set few settlements they go for. Jerusalem, Antioch, Constantinople, Kiev. Have we seen Sarkel before? I don't know. But those types of cities, there's like certain set historical cities that they go for and nothing else. But here they are in Venice. So this is going to really seriously mess up the AI. And this is going to change AI campaigns forever. Because I thought they were hard-coded to take certain specific cities. Okay, this opens up so many new opportunities for me. Sicily retook Naples, and I forgot to mention Byzantium having a great campaign here, taking Crimea, taking Caesarea, Iconium, pushing now for Adana. They're having a very good run. I am impressed. Okay, failing there at Adana, but you get the idea. And although they're going for Cannes, they're going back for Angers. Oh, this is going to mess up everything for Milan. And the Moors took Timbuktu, poor Scotland. We've got a new jihad called for Constantinople. That could mess up Byzantium a bit. The Mongols can join that, so that could really cause a lot of chaos. And yeah, already going for it. Ooh, well done Portugal, taking Bordeaux. And the Scots are still stuck here. Failed crusade. Oh, it eventually failed. And yeah, the Doge died, so now this army up here is leaderless. Are they still going to try pick them up, even if there's no general there? Milan and Denmark. Denmark pushing for Bruges. The Mongols not doing anything else yet. And they all became rebels. So that Venetian army has broken down, which is probably good for Venice now at this point. They've been paying upkeep on them for like the last 60 turns or something. And yeah, now Venice can start sailing back home. Milan landing in England, I'd love to see that. If they can actually take England, I think that would be a first as well. I don't think we've ever seen Milan cross the waters up here in an AI campaign. Big Egyptian army pushing for Byzantium, and well done Denmark, taking Bruges. They are also arriving outside Nottingham. France pushing for Sardinia. What an odd manoeuvre, and they took it as well. Well done France, did not expect that. The Turks becoming a vassal of Byzantium. Could they form a jihad army then, if they're a vassal? I wonder how that works. Milan and Poland going to war as well. Constantinople under siege by the Mongols. Poland pushing for Vienna. Yeah, Milan took a very big hit there when the Mongols struck. These are valuable cities, and everyone's just jumping in on it, sniping a city here and there. They did, however, fail, but the Mongols were successful, and they are now pushing on to Paris as well. They took it. Oh, no. Okay, weird thing there. They defeated the army, but then withdrew for some reason. Denmark pushing for Reims. Mongols now going for Dijon, and Denmark was successful. I did miss turn 120, so we will now spin the wheel for turn 120, and Byzantium getting a truce with the Mongols. I'm not going to put the Mongols on the Wheel of Doom yet, because I want to see what their new faction in northern France can do. So the faction that's going to get tortured is going to be the Moors? The Papal States? Ooh. The Papal States, okay. What's going to happen here? Because they are an interesting one. If they destroy faction, the Pope is just still alive, so it doesn't have much of an effect. Okay, destroy faction, fine. But I don't know what this is going to do exactly. Either way, I am creating a save before I mess around with any Pope stuff. Okay, so we have destroyed them. Basically, they lose Rome. They step out of the city. But their armies are still alive because they're not technically destroyed. Because the Pope still lives on. Even if you take all Papal State cities, they are still alive as a faction. So, in theory, the Pope could walk in there next turn, which I kind of don't want. It feels a bit like a cheat. So what are we going to do here with Pope Cannabis? Pope Cannabis, what are we going to do with you? Should we just teleport him? Like to Venice or something? Nah, that's not going to work because I don't actually know his name, do I? Like his full name. Okay, well, hopefully he doesn't just walk into the city. Well, it revolted anyway, back to the Pope. Okay, actually I think the Pope walked in with an army. Not the Pope's army himself, he might have had an army hidden here in the trees. And they exterminated the city, which I did not expect. Meanwhile, the Mongols did take Dijon. Poor Milan. Egypt taking Tripoli. Venice now also down to their final settlement. Portugal, do you really want to do that? Seriously, you want to go to war with the Mongols and push for Angers? You know what, I respect it, but if you could have taken Spain as well, I might respect it a little bit more. They took it, this might work out for them. Denmark is pushing for Paris. Could the Europeans of the West unite and destroy the Mongols? Scotland a vassal of England? The Pope seems to have sorted himself out now. But still, it is a step back for them, so it would impact the campaign in some way. Well done, Denmark. They're having a good campaign now, taking Paris. Constantinople has fallen. Must have been by a war, I think. They might have, like, walked in there with a spy or something to open the gates. Papal States besieging Doritos as well, yet again. And Denmark pushing for Metz. Milan, so powerful at the start, yet now falling to pieces. Mostly because of the Mongols, I think. Even France has been able to take Corsica from them. Yep, and Denmark took Metz. Victory after victory for the Danish. New jihad has been called. Ooh, it's got to be Constantinople, right? Iconium? Alright, whatever. But again, another one for Byzantium, which is just going to mess them up even further. Surrounded by enemies, as always. Yep, the Moors, the Egyptians, and even the Papal States all joining the jihad. Denmark was able to take Staufen, now pushing for Bern. And yeah, they just instantly take it. France taking Genoa from Milan. France oddly making a comeback somehow. I don't know how they're possibly managing this. This is something I did not expect to see in this campaign. Iconium under siege, I bet that's about to fall. Yeah, there we go, Iconium's gone. Well done, Egypt. Such a shame really, because Byzantium was having such a good campaign until all of this chaos began happening. England is now friends with France, Denmark, Portugal, Scotland and Hungary. What a weird mix. And Portugal pushing for Cannes now. The Mongols are really not looking good, and they took it. The Mongols down to their final 2 cities. Venice will most likely fall to Portugal. Dijon should hold out now, but if Denmark wanted it, they could quite easily get it at the rate they're going at. Anyway, it is time to spin the wheel. Sorry, I'm too invested in this campaign right now, seeing what's happening with these Mongols, that I keep on missing it. But we'll spin the wheel now, and it should all be fine. Ooh, Yerevan falling to Egypt. The Turks will be dead soon. Who's it going to be? This could be a big one, and I think we need a big one. There have all been small factions lately. Hungary. That is fairly big. This could have a big impact. And if it is nuke capital, I will roll again because we've already nuked their capital once. I don't want to do it twice. So it cannot be nuke capital. Is it destroy faction? Yes it is. We are destroying Hungary from the game. That is going to shake things up quite a bit. Goodbye Hungary. Could be good for Poland. They could quite easily get a few. Byzantium could get a few. Venice could take back Zagreb. Milan might be able to stage a comeback of some kind out of this. Or perhaps nobody goes for anything at all. Right, there we go. Poland's taking Ayazi. The Timurids are here now. Oh yes, come on France, take Florence. Ah, but I do want to see a French comeback of some kind. That would be cool. We rarely see it. So the Timurids have spawned down here. I think we do need to roll it now before they actually take any cities. The Timurids are going to spawn in the territory of... Byzantium, Venice? Venice? It is Venice, okay. Right there in northern Italy. You know what? I feel quite bad for Venice. We've really messed them up in this campaign. But I also feel bad for Milan, because this is going to be bad for them as well. So same as before, we cannot move the faction heir or faction leader, but the rest of the Timurids can, and they are all pious for some reason. I don't know why that is the case in the game, but all the Timurid generals are very pious. Okay, let's see what chaos this can cause. Will they go straight for Venice? Yeah, it's about time we got rid of them, I think. Timurids at war with the Venetians. And yeah, they're gonna be dead in a click of our fingers. There we go, faction destroyed. Bye bye Venice. Where are they going to go now? Are they going to go for the rebel cities? That would be a bit dull. I kind of want to see them go down south to the Pope. Like just wreck their way through Italy, making it to Sicily. Byzantium sending their entire navy, about 20 ships, to Sardinia. Meanwhile Denmark besieging Innsbruck. I wouldn't do that if I was you, Denmark. I would maybe pull off a little bit. You don't want to be too close to the Timurids, you know. Well, they took it anyway, and it seems like the Timurids are moving towards the Balkans. England finally took in Venice. The Timurids passing by Ragusa now? Oh, don't go for Byzantium. That would be a little unfair. They've gone through enough lately as it is. Oh, and England finally taking Ireland as well. Good. About time. Meanwhile, Russia falling apart against Poland, losing Helsinki and Riga. But they're surviving up here for now. More Mongols are here. Wow, I would not want his initials. However, I'd rather have his initials than his nickname. Okay, so I was able to teleport those 3 Mongol armies over here, but I accidentally teleported one on top of the other, so they are inside each other right now. Can I just move him and break him free? There we go. Whew. We avoided a crash. And the Papal States took Ragusa. Look at the size of that Egyptian fleet. What are they doing with that? Yeah, Papal States took Ragusa. The Timurids, no clue what they're doing. Going down to Greece, possibly? At war with the Turks. And meanwhile, these extra new Mongol armies, they're pushing somewhere. Are they going for Portugal? Or for Milanese to lose? Or possibly Portuguese and Gers? England trying to take Bruges, whilst Poland takes Budapest, and Byzantium takes Bran. And they're gonna need all the settlements they can get, because the Timurids are here. And they're gonna cause a lot of problems, I think. I mean, when is the arrival of the Timurids a good thing? Or they might be lucky, they might just be hiding in the mountains for now, until their faction leader can get nearby. Great, more armies for me to teleport. So there we go, 4 new Timurid armies outside of Venice. Oh, we've got another one spawning inside somebody. There we go, that should fix it. Meanwhile, the rest of the forces are here in Greece, playing hide and seek all of a sudden, behind the storm. Byzantium, what are you doing? Silly Byzantium. Ooh, Denmark pushing for Scotland. Edinburgh is under siege. But it is turn 160, so once again we have to spin that wheel and see what chaos we will now cause. This time I'm gonna spin the punishment first and then we'll pick a faction. How about that? We're going to teleport an army? Yes, we're going to teleport an army. And that army is going to belong to... oh, could be big for us. Hungary? Milan? Really, do they need more suffering right now? Right, so does Milan have any big armies? They're down to their final, 4 settlements at this point, 5 settlements. This is their main army here, under Captain Becker. Timurid's going to war with Byzantium. Right. Ooh, unless... okay, they've got an actual general here. I don't think there's anything we can do to help them. You know what, let's jump them across to Corsica. The Milanese AI is very good at taking Corsica. There we go, so we saved him from being surrounded by those evil, scary looking diplomats. And we brought him to Corsica instead, where he can take this castle and have a nice holiday. I would say we did them a favour. They're not doing anything right now. Oh, he's a count now. He's been promoted, he's faction heir now. Oh, good for him. Maybe my good deed did have positive effects after all. Oh no, they've completely abandoned Bologna when there's Timurid armies outside. Timurids going for Sicily? That's a weird one. Denmark pushing for Rebel Venice, but no actual Timurid army is down here. And meanwhile Milan, not doing anything, they're a little stuck. Poop. Is Scotland? Yeah, Scotland is still down here, with a general. Their faction leader. What is going on with the fleets of the world? Portugal, pushing for Venice. Meanwhile the Timurids are attacking Sarkel, and the rest of their forces are pushing on Poland, it seems, instead of Byzantium. Byzantium might have just gotten off lucky there. Portugal sadly losing at Venice. But I don't think we're going to see too much from the Mongols now. I think they're pretty much done, apart from these 2 armies here. But they don't seem to be doing much with those. Yeah, they seem to be stuck on the bridge. Whoa, look at all the priests that were kicked out of the city when the Timurids took Bucharest. That's far too many. Yeah, they're about to reunite with their faction leader, and at that point I've got no idea where they're going to go. Still no one's taken these Spanish settlements yet, but that might be about to change if Portugal takes it this turn. Finally! Oh, finally, Portugal taking Toledo at long last. The spinning of the wheel at the start of the game, turn 1, has finally had an impact. Portugal, overall, in an okay spot right now. They could have a good campaign here, possibly even win it, if they get lucky with the wheel. Sofia has now been sacked as well. Poland or Byzantium? Which are they going to destroy? Denmark pushing for Vienna now. And again pulling off of it because the AI is dumb. Oh, but well done France taking Florence. I'm liking this little French empire we've got going on here. If I could take Rome as well, like form a circle around these islands, that would look nice. Okay, is it Poland? Have you set your mind on Poland now? Yes, it looks like they're going for Poland. Oh, no, crossing back into Byzantine territory. And, oh, okay, no, never mind, they're going for Byzantium. Going the long way round there. Putting Bran under siege. But it is that time to spin the wheel. Again, we'll do the punishment first, see what's going to happen. And we are going to remove an army. Looks like someone else is getting kicked off to the Americas. And let's figure out who that is going to be. We've already got the Timurids and the Mongols in here now. But it's not going to be either of them. It's going to be, oh no, not Portugal. I liked Portugal, and we saw how much this messed up Venice last time. We need to find a very big army, a nice big juicy one. Oh, Mongols built a fort. They're lucky. Most of their armies are in the city. Sorry about that, Captain Tillman, but you are now part of Brazil. Good luck. That's the biggest army I could find, which was out in the open. Actually, no, that's the king. I couldn't send the king. But you know what I thought I could do? I could spawn their main fleet over here as well, and it's got a unit on it as well. Yeah, sure, let's see if they can figure their way back home. I don't think they can. I don't think they can cross these waters. No. But oh well. Poor Portugal. The Timurids sacked Bran. Byzantium coming here with an army, but it's not going to be enough to hold back the Timurids. Okay, so what have they done? They've put him... No, I think he's camouflaging in the trees. And the boat trying to make it back, but it is stuck, I think. Yeah, the boat's stuck. The army's hiding in the trees, so we won't be seeing them for a while. Ooh, new crusade. It's got to be for the Middle East, like Cairo or Jerusalem. Toulouse. Milanese Toulouse, so they must have been excommunicated. Yeah, that's gonna be the final goodbye for Milan, I think. We've only got 3 cities left. England going to war against the Mongols as well. Are they going to push for an A? And then it's just Dijon left for the Mongol Empire. Russia making a comeback against Poland, taking a few cities off them, about to take Sarkel as well. Portugal, again besieging Venice. No crusading army arriving yet, but there's quite a few dotted around. Yeah, looks like Denmark will get here first. England coming up on the flank. Yet none of them have besieged it yet. Who has their turn first? Is it England? Ooh, who's done the gate first? None of them going for it yet. That's quite a big Milanese force. Yeah, so they do need reinforcements first. Especially given they are at war with each other themselves. Denmark taking Vienna. Milan down to their final 3 cities. The Moors going for Corsica. France with a crusading force here that could defend their city. But nope, never mind. They just don't care. And no one's playing it under siege as well. Constantinople under siege. The Timurids will probably take this city, and then they will settle it. This will be their new homeland. And it is... Who is it? Denmark has it under siege. Loads of Danish and English reinforcements nearby. The French are here as well. If anything, I think France needs it more. France retaking Bologna. But it's not going to be enough. They could really do with taking Toulouse back. There's so many armies just surrounding it, yet no one can take it. Portugal again putting Venice under siege. Sicily was able to take Marrakesh. Well done, Sicily, and indeed, the Timurids have settled. This is what I thought the Mongols would have done. Walked all the way back and just settled it, but no, they actually fought round here and settled round here. It's not worked out for them, but still it's created a very interesting scenario in Western Europe, and Denmark has completed the crusade. Well done, Denmark. Oh no. Early on in the game, France was a vassal of Milan. Now, Milan is a vassal of France, with their final settlement being Milan itself. Oh, how the tide has turned. And we are indeed on turn 200, so that means we have to once again spin the wheel and cause some chaos. So at this point I've decided I am going to destroy a faction. I just think we need a big explosion to shake things up a bit, and I am going to destroy the Turks, or Sicily? Sicily, ooh. I don't know if my heart can do it. You know what, they're under siege anyway. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, they're about to lose their progress anyway, so we can destroy them. I am happy with that. Bye bye Sicily. Quite a few open settlements. That could be good for France, if anyone, if they can get down to Naples and Palermo. If not, the Moors. Or maybe Scotland. Oh, Scotland's gone. Oh, they've still got someone up here. It could work out for Scotland. Russia taking Hauch. Poland really starting to fall apart. Once the Timurid survived, they really started to struggle. And Ayazi under siege as well. They were able to take Brand back, but really they're just taking more land for Russia later on. And the Timurids not doing much. They lost a lot of men trying to get here. Yeah, and Russia's border now forming really nicely. Poland has lost so much territory to the Russians. France is now pushing for rebel Venice. It is a cursed city, so be careful France. Venice has had it quite rough in this campaign, I think. As a city, it got nuked early on in the game, then it got sacked by the Timurids, and it's been under loads of sieges as well. So good luck France, hope it works out for you. Wait, is Milan now a vassal of Denmark as well? So yeah, a vassal of France, and Denmark, yeah, they're a vassal of Denmark with the HRE. Oh, and France taking Naples, France forming Italy at this point. Really, they are only Rome away, and they could quite easily take Palermo as well. And well done Denmark. Taken from the Mongols, Dijon, at long last, and they're looking very tough right now. I did say, who comes out on top in Northern Europe usually has a dominant campaign. I said that very early on, and Denmark has gone and done it. The Mongols down now to their final settlement at Rennes. Will it mean anything though? Nah, because the Portuguese are really struggling to take it. The Timurids, are they doing anything at all? No, just losing loads of troops. The Egyptians, however, taking Smiley, pushing now onto Nicaea. I think Egypt will take most of this land, and it's amazing how well Egypt is doing at this point. We rarely see Egypt this strong, because the Mongols and Timurids have not sacked through their land to get here. And Russia hopping round Ayazi to take Bucharest, they failed, but it's good to see them try. France taking Ragusa now. What a weird France this is. Come on Portugal, surely you should take it this time. You've got 2 more turns until that wheel spins again. Can you do it? Oh, new crusade. For to lose again, or Denmark has been excommunicated this time. France took Palermo. I would say France has now formed Italy. I don't think they need Rome. They've got Milan as a vassal as well, but they did just lose Marseille to Denmark. But now Denmark has a crusade against it, which means all of Denmark's neighbours are going to go to war with them most likely, which could cause a lot of issues for them. This could really shake up the campaign. And no, Portugal pulled back now to join the crusade. Well, anyway, it's turned to 120, so we have to spin the wheel. And yeah, Portugal and Scotland both joining the crusade. Scotland putting Antwerp under siege. That would be an interesting comeback. The faction to torture is going to be France. Oh no. Oh, I didn't want to do it, they're doing so well. And the punishment for the French, please don't be destruction, please don't be destruction. No, nuke them, sure, I'll do that. Yes! Ah, oh, phew. Okay, that's not too devastating. But where is their capital? Because it can't count as Paris anymore. Their capital is now... it's Corsica. You know what, France? I think you got off quite lucky here. Out of all the cities you have, Corsica is the one you need least. A castle on an island. Pretty useless. Okay, Aztec army, it's time to put them under siege and see what we can do. By the way, we don't have that long left. We're going to turn 300. The final wheel spin is on turn 280. So we are coming close to the end at this point. Look at the troops I've got in here as well. These are some real late game armies now. Oh well. How many people do we exterminate here? 14,000, which for a castle is quite a lot. We'll disband all of our troops as well. Yeah, because we don't need to teleport them back at this point. And these are a lot of valuable buildings we're destroying here. I feel kind of bad, but tough luck. It could have been worse. They could have been destroyed completely. There we go, all buildings gone. And this settlement's going to stay for a while. It's not going to revolt because it's a castle. So if France cannot take it, I guess I just have a foothold in Europe for the rest of the game. Well, Crusade cancelled. I'm assuming Denmark reconciled with the Pope, so now that's all over. Denmark will probably survive then. Oh well. Although it did put them at war with Poland, but I doubt that will lead to much. If anything, Poland is so weak at this point, it might actually help them. Just some free cities for them to take. But I think they're more invested in France right now. Okay, it looks like the castle is going to revolt after all. But who is it going to revolt to? It might not go back to France. Yeah, so this turn, the city itself should revolt. It could go rebel, or it could go to another faction, and it's gone to Milan. That is very good for Milan there. They got some units out of it as well. Well done, Milan. I'm happy for you. And the game is over, but we'll keep playing. Denmark pushing for Bordeaux, going to war with Portugal at long last. Yeah, if Denmark really goes in here, all in for it, that's the end of the Portuguese. And Denmark will probably win this campaign, unless they get very, very unlucky with the Wheel of Doom, which could always happen. Big factions could get wiped out right near the end. Also, we've got to factor in, Egypt is having a good campaign. They've got a lot of cities here. I'm not sure who's in the lead right now, but Egypt could get the win, especially if they keep on this push against Byzantium, taking Trebizond there, about to take Nicaea, although they've been at it for a while. I'm really starting to tell now that AI is struggling a bit. They are struggling to continue the fight. I think I might have messed them up a little too much in this campaign, because they do seem a bit slower than usual. Although Denmark is still moving, pushing for Zaragoza, but as you can see, they're not like investing real forces into it. It's just small, minor armies. Although, that being said, they did still take it, and they are now pushing for Cannes. Can they take Cannes? Marseille could go back to France, but no, France failed at taking France. I've not brought up Cornif yet, by the way. Nothing's happening. It is honestly the most peaceful part of the world right now. Even though the Timurids were so close, nothing has happened there. Russia did snake round and take Bucharest. Russia is another faction we have to consider in this, but I don't think they are going to win it. And Denmark did take Cannes. Portugal down to their final 4 settlements. I don't think me teleporting one of their armies to Brazil had that much of an impact. Scotland's still down here, by the way. France actually having a comeback here. They've taken Innsbruck somehow. I am really impressed with what France has been able to do in this late game. New Crusade called, is it once again for Toulouse? No, Constantinople this time. Ooh, that's interesting. The Christian powers of the world uniting against the Timurids, trying to finally wipe them out. I'm all for that. There are not many wheel spins left in this campaign, so these final ones could have a big impact. Ooh, it's going to be the Papal States. I'm going to re-roll because the Papal States is, it's a little broken. I don't think it's fair. They don't really have much impact on the campaign, and it's going to be Russia. What are we going to do to Russia? You know what? I don't mind which one this lands on. Either way, I'm happy. But it's going to have a big impact in the east, especially for Poland, and we are destroying Russia, which I think is okay, because I don't think they were going to win it anyway. And their campaign, although a good comeback story, I don't think it's going anywhere. I think their story arc ends here, with them just being completely blown to smithereens. All of these territories are now open. That is good only, I think, for Poland. If Poland has the time to retake them, that is. Maybe the Turks might get Sarkel, but I don't think so. This is Poland's last chance to have a comeback here. But there's only 60 turns left of the campaign. Ooh, Poland. Not going east, but going west instead. Taking Nuremberg from Denmark. If Poland keeps this up against Denmark, and eventually takes these eastern provinces here, which they are starting to go for, Poland could actually come back and win this. I do think they could do it. And Denmark wins so often, I would be all for this. I'm still leaning towards Denmark if I had to place a bet. I think Denmark surely has to win. They're pushing on for Venice now as well, into Italy, which will be very valuable for them, and there they go. They took Venice. They can easily take back Nuremberg as well at some point. No Crusader forces showing up here yet, but the Papal States finally took those Doritos. You know, that sponsorship slot is still open, by the way, just saying. And Poland taking Vilnius. If they can actually get all of these eastern settlements, it might just be enough at this point to win it for them. Ooh, it's going to be a close one. It's going to be between Denmark, Poland or Egypt at this point. But the wheel still has time to really shake those factions up. Like, if Denmark and Poland goes, France is suddenly in it for the win. Or like a good second place, I should say. Ooh, Poland holding out at Nuremberg against a very big siege, whilst being able to take Riga. And the Pope pushing now onto Thessalonica, but failing, but the Timurids now go for it. And the Timurids, I think, will be successful. No, even they're failing. Wow. Angers under siege by Denmark now. That will be a big loss for Portugal, although to be honest I think Portugal are out of it at this point. My family tree, by the way, as the Aztecs, will be looking crazy at this point. I'll check it out at the end. Oh, and Poland taking Bucharest and France arriving here with the Crusader force putting Constantinople under siege. Can they destroy the Timurids here? The Timurids will become a horde faction, not pulling off the siege, but it looks like the Timurids lost a lot of numbers. Timurids and the Pope are allies. Did that have anything to do with that? Yeah, because it seems to have got a truce for now, but I think they'll go for it again soon. It's a crusade, they'll be fine. And France going against their vassal of Milan, going to war with them. But I'm more interested right now in Constantinople, going to war with it again, putting it under siege. No Timurid reinforcements are nearby. And they lost. They came so close. They weakened it so much, but they just could not do it. Get back down here. Get some mercenaries and try again. I think they can do this, but they need another push. Oh, and Scotland. Didn't see this. Taking Inverness and York. Scottish comeback possible? Who knows? Egypt taking Tbilisi. These Russian settlements are now open to Egypt. And Adana, under siege, is the Turks' final settlement. That's a lot of troops around it, but they're not taking it yet. France is sort of back, but they need more troops to be able to take that. And Adana has fallen, and the Turks have been destroyed. Well done, Egypt. They're in a good spot now. The Timurids, not under siege anymore, but taking Thessalonica. It's still up in the open, but anyway, it is turn 260, so we must once again spin the wheel for the second to last time. What's the punishment going to be first? Is it going to be a destroy faction? We're gonna nuke someone's capital again. Okay. And that capital is going to be... Ooh, a bit of lag there with the wheel. Not Russia again, sure. Russia's dead anyway, so it can't be Russia. It's going to be Portugal. Oh, Portugal. So the capital at this point is technically Pamplona. But I think it's got to be Lisbon. I've got to do it to Lisbon. Okay, put Lisbon under siege then. Oh, they're trying to fight back. But yeah, that's not going to work for them. Oh, failed crusade for Constantinople. They gave up just as France was so close as well. And with that we take Lisbon. Let's do the same as we always do. 23,000 people exterminated. Well, I think I'll leave the unit in there and just see what happens and look at all these buildings that are about to get destroyed. Just so many. The whole of a page of them as well. Oh well. Poor Portugal. To be fair, they've not had that much bad luck with the wheel in reality until now. Their territorial losses have been on them, I think. Ooh, Portugal trying to come back, pushing for Bordeaux. Can they take it? Yes, they can, and these cities really start to count now. Not necessarily for Portugal, that doesn't matter, but for countries like Denmark, they need every city they can get. If Poland and Egypt are still expanding and they're losing territories, they might not win it just because of that. And Portugal, yep, they've retaken Lisbon through an uprising, which is fine. Poland's taken Moscow, looking very good on the map. I'll delete that unit there. Mongols still alive, but no one seems to be going for them. France randomly stood outside York. I don't know what the point in that is. And Poland again, looking good in the east, taking Moscow now. But will it be enough cities for them? I'm really trying not to count them. I really want to just pause and count, but I'm not allowing myself to do so. I still want it to be a surprise. Scotland lost York, but took Dublin back in the process. We are 8 turns away from the final wheel spin, and then it's a 20-turn run to the end. We're getting close. Denmark taking back Nuremberg. That's good for them. Taking Pamplona too, but a crusade has been called, and it's for Toulouse, Denmark again. This is Denmark's game to lose, possibly because of Toulouse. I'm so funny. Oh, and England pushing for Edinburgh as well. And they took it finally. England taking Edinburgh took them long enough, but they at last got there. And Denmark making the push, going for Prague, going for Breslau. They need these final few cities, I think, to be able to tip the balance in their favour. And remember, vassal territories count as well. So if they still have HRE as a vassal, that is +1 city onto their score. Oh, Denmark pushing into Italy now. I was about to say France. It is France, but it's Italy. Milan under siege. Genoa has fallen. Portuguese Crusader army outside of Toulouse. But if Denmark keeps expanding at this rate, it all might just not matter. Although Poland's trying to take more cities in the east to make up for their western losses. Pushing again onto Nuremberg as well, but that attack failed. Denmark failed to take Milan, unless they vassalised them, which is, at this point in the campaign, just as good. Nope. England stood right outside Toulouse. Portugal coming up as reinforcements. Denmark has the Mongol final city under siege as well, with reinforcements. Can they get rid of the Mongols? Or at least make them hoard again? And nope, they once again pulled off it. No one can finish them off, and again, a cancelled crusade. Denmark has been so lucky with that. But can they be lucky with the Wheel of Doom? One final time. This is the wheel, with the final non-horde factions left. Everybody's here, and it is now going to be for destruction. Whoever this wheel lands on is going to get destroyed, wiped off the map. The final spin of the campaign could be a big one. Don't be Denmark. Is it Denmark? No! Okay, it's Denmark. I had a final look in the stats, and I can confirm at this point, Denmark would have won if the campaign was to end right now. They had it. By quite a few cities as well, they were going to win. But sadly, we must destroy them. If anybody wants to give Denmark an honourable win, I would be fully fine with that. So I'm going to say the honourable victory either way goes to Denmark. And the second honourable victory, I think we've got to give it to France for having such an interesting campaign, making the comeback and forming Italy. That you never really see. All of these settlements are open now, but there's only 20 turns left to quickly rush for those settlements. Portugal could take quite a few. England could take a few. France could make a really decent comeback here, but it's really going to be Poland. How many can Poland take? Right now, the campaign is between Poland versus Egypt. I don't know who is in the lead, but I know Egypt is going to struggle to take more settlements. If I have to have a guess though, they have more cities. So Poland needs to quickly grab as much as they possibly can. The final 20 turns begins, and Egypt already making a move for Tunis. England taking Antwerp up here. Poland has been able to take Vienna and Bulgar, whilst France took Nuremberg. Poland taking Stettin. They're racing for these cities right now, trying to take as much as possible, and they need it. Every city at this point counts, because it looks so impeccably close. England taking Cannes, putting Bruges under siege. France able to take Bern, and Poland pushed through to get Frankfurt. Meanwhile, Egypt is doing nothing. Could Poland possibly take over? But England about to take Hamburg. That would really cut Poland off these northern cities up here, which could ruin the campaign for them. France pushing for Dijon, but Egypt took Tunis. Egypt is not out of the game yet. All of these factions having a desperate final bid to take these final cities, but France and England working together somewhat to cut Poland off. This is not that good for Poland. They should have got a lot more, but they are putting Magdeburg, the final HRE settlement, under siege. They snuck through and got Metz. Meanwhile, Portugal able to take Pamplona there, taking back some of their former cities. The HRE are vassal of Poland, so the HRE has one city, that is +1 onto Poland's score. Poland might just have brought it back here, right at the end. England going for Denmark, taken back, they can now get Scandinavia. Crusade called for Constantinople, but that means nothing at this point. France taking Vienna back, pushing for Milan. No, but they failed at Milan. They took back Marseille now. The final 6 turns. Who's going to have the most settlements? England taking Bruges. You know what? Looking at it, France and England are suddenly starting to come into the picture. If they can just get a few more settlements, they might be able to do this. It's not over for those two factions, even though there are only 5 turns left, but they do need to really start moving, and they need a bit of luck on their side as well. England, not what you want. York revolted, and they failed to take it back as well. Any Crusader armies, Poland is outside. If Poland takes Constantinople at the end, that would be a big one for them. It would be big. Poland takes Rheims, whilst Portugal takes Paris and Zaragoza. Toulouse and Genoa are still open for France. They could look strong at the end, maybe get a 3rd place or something. And here we are, turn 299, the final end turn. And that is it. Let's quickly check for vassals. So the HRE is a vassal of Poland. So Poland's territory gets +1. But before I check the stats, this is my family tree here. Faction leader, and then this is where the family goes. Because when you play this long into a game, into an AI game, the tree becomes really messed up. And it just sort of like goes down in weird angles where everyone only has like 2 children max. Like, look how much of a mess this is here. Okay then, let's see the stats. We'll bring Denmark in as well. Then we'll have Poland in white. And yeah, there's Portugal, but I think that's everyone we need. So it is by cities, but +1 for Poland. So even though the overall gives it to Egypt, Egypt has not won, necessarily. Denmark was in the lead before they got destroyed as well. France beat England overall. But remember, it's all really about the territory. And it's Poland. So clear and simple. Poland there with like 25 +1, that's 26. Whereas the Egyptians are more on like 22. In first place, we have Poland. In second place, Egypt. Third place goes to France, sneaking in there at the end, and 4th place goes to England. Honourable victory as well goes to Denmark, and the honourable, interesting victory for the campaign we all wanted to see win, I think, was France. I really wanted to see France pull it back, but they were just so far away at the end. And you can see how much the loss of Denmark really shook things up. And Russia as well. To be fair, Poland got very lucky with the Wheel of Doom. So yeah, Russia there. You can see that's when Poland went up. But Poland was still not anywhere near in this game at turn 257. But then Denmark died at turn 280, and suddenly they shot up. Whew, what an interesting campaign. Finances and then population there as well. Egypt won in terms of population, and people might say, ooh, but Poland only beat Egypt because they were lucky with the Wheel of Doom. And you are right, they were lucky, having Russia eliminated and having Denmark eliminated. But you also have to remember the Wheel of Doom saved Egypt from the Mongols early game, which would have wiped them out, as we see in every other AI campaign. I hope you enjoyed this idea. Comment down below if you did, any other unique spins or twists that I can put on the idea. Yeah, just let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe to get notified of more. Remember, if I hit 32,000 subscribers, I will do a Third Age Divide and Conquer AI only campaign. It will take probably about 20, maybe 30 hours for me to put together, so that's why I have to ask for subscribers. And what is that? I've just seen something. I've never seen this before. A famous battle on the sea between two admirals. I did not know this was a thing. I'm gonna have to screenshot that. I did not know that was a thing until now. Wow, never seen that before. Incredible. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe for more, but for now, until the next one, Mel gone.